Hey guys, the leader of the pan-Yoruba socio-cultural organization, Finafere, Chief Adebanjo, has charged President Bola Tinubu to write his name in gold by changing the current constitution of Nigeria so as to save the country from breaking up. The nonagenarian, who said Tinubu should forget about doing a second term, stated that the military plunged the country into a myriad of problems as currently being experienced. He spoke with Emma Njoko on several other issues, including the sparks of insecurity across the country, the 2023 general elections, the corruption at the National Assembly, President Tinubu's order for implementation of the Orisaya reports, and the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, among others. I am sad. I am sad old man. Why? Because I don't think there is anybody in the field today that has my passion except those who were with us right from the beginning. All those who are talking today are merely supporting what we did. Why we did things we did, they don't know. And that is why they fumble immediately. The military came to power. They disrupted everything. You needed to see how good life was in Nigeria under Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Sir Ahmed Bello, the Sultan of Sokoto, and Chief Michael Okpara. All the problems that arose from a plural society as a result of unitary government were solved in the 1954 London Conference. That was before Nigeria secured their independence. That was when we established federalism in Nigeria. There was allocation of revenues on the basis of diversion, state police, local government police, the evolution of power, and all these things people are now arguing about were all settled. And life was moving on. Awolowo did all the wonders in the western region. He gave free education and built the Cocoa House in Ibadan, among other things. The Southern built the Ahmed Bello Stadium in Kaduna and other infrastructure in the northern region. And Okpara built so many infrastructures in the eastern region. All these were possible because each region generated and kept its revenue. Then the military came in 1966 and changed that constitution to favor a section of the country, the north. And that gave rise to all the problems we have today. So when people are talking about restructuring, they don't really understand what it means. The military set aside the federal constitution, which gave us peace. The idea of a federal constitution was for each region to develop at its pace based on the revenue it generated. Each federating unit region was autonomous and independent of the federal government. The regions were not subordinate to the federal government. The military abolished that constitution and created 36 states. They created more states in the north than in the south. Kano, which had the same population as Lagos, was divided into 2 states. That was how Jigawa State was created. They went ahead to create so many local governments in Kano and Jigawa, while Lagos remained the same. The reason for all this was because every military officer in the north wanted a local government in his place, and they now said all the revenue generated by each state should be taken to Abuja and shared among the 36 states, So the North was benefiting from the revenue generated from the South, while they contributed next to nothing to the national treasure. You can see that the current Nigerian constitution is a fraud, and it has to be emphasized. We don't make the constitution. We did not make the constitution. That is why I told you that I am sad old man. I am a sad old man. Please pardon me. When I hear people calling for restructuring, they don't really understand what the military did to us. Some people talk about amending the constitution. Which constitution? A constitution we did not make. Besides, the unfair creation of more states in the North as against the South, they now said the revenue generated from the state will not only be shared among the 36 states, but the sharing formula would be on the basis of land mass, even if the land mass is made up of a desert without human beings. So, Lagos and the rest of the West. In fact, the entire South that generates bulk of the revenue will get the least allocation. When you journalists are writing, you need to point out the evils in the current constitution. It is a lot of injustice, a lot of fraud. The parliament has been amending the constitution since the former president Muhammadu Buhari was there. They will never do it. So I am not a happy old man because there is a lot of fraud, a lot of injustice and denial. People pretend as if they are not aware of evil. And that is why I am emphasizing that President Bola Tinubu should leave a legacy. He should change the constitution now. But despite all the advantages enjoyed by the North, there is prevalent insecurity in the area, with insinuations that some vested interests want to sabotage the current administration of President Bola Tinubu. What is your take on this? He was asked again. He said that is diversionary. Those behind the Boko Haram insurgency and other forms of terrorism were known to the former administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, but they refused to act on it. Okay, so guys, what's your take on this? What do you think about what he has just said about the Nigerian constitution? And if President Bola Tinubu can just write his name on gold, with gold, change the constitution and do the needful, what do you think? Do you think the president of Nigeria, led by President Bola Tinubu, can do this for Nigerians? Let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. If you are just joining us, I beg subscribe to this channel.